Hooray.
Police take on all sorts of dangerous criminals every day, but the suspects in these cases were one of a kind, as their reckless actions put lives at risk, and these officers made sure they all instantly regretted their actions.
Turn into an apartment here, crash. We got 2 males running. You're gonna get bit! Chase, go, 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 go! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Tase you! Stay up! Stop!
On January 15, 2025, Pleasant Prairie police officers in Wisconsin began pursuing a vehicle with 2 occupants after noticing it had the wrong plates. When the driver
There's no point
refused to
getting on
pull
the
over
ground
and
for
the chase
fucking
became
dogs chasing you
increasingly
'cause it's just
dangerous,
gonna bite you.
eventually crossing state lines, officers backed off. About 2 hours later, officers spotted the same vehicle and the same suspects returning on the same road. But unlike the first time, officers were not going to let them get away again.
Alright, it's coming northbound. But with your guys' accident, I'm gonna try not to pursue. It's coming up to you guys. Heads up, heads up.
Man, the fuck, control your fucking dog, dude. Holy. I hate the fucking shitty ass fucking dog owners that just let their dog fucking bark all fucking day. They have their dog in the fucking backyard just fucking looking at the fence, barking at every fucking car and every person that walks past. And control your fucking dog, you idiot.
Speeds are 50. He's taking the ditch. I think he's gonna wipe out soon.
Determined not to let the suspects get away, their persistence finally paid off when the driver, while trying to pull into a driveway at full speed, lost control and crashed into a parked vehicle. The suspects immediately jumped out and tried to escape on foot, but officers weren't far behind with their K9.
Chase, relax. Signaling to go. Turn into an apartment here, crash. Eastbound in the apartment complex. We got 2 males running. You're gonna get bit! Chase, go, 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 go! Chase, spell it! Spell it! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! You better get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands behind your back. Stay on the ground! Tase you! Stay up! Stop!
He's there on the ground, the dog's just fucking biting him. Holy.
On your stomach! Oh. I got 1 detained.
You guys on the fucking ground, the dog's fucking biting him. Holy.
Dog on somebody, I need help over here. Not till you start to cooperate. Stay still.
Oh my fucking god.
You understand me? Stand up.
Guy's laying down, the dog's bit into his arm.
The dog right now, so I need to get over there to help him. Good boy, Chase. Good boy.
The driver, 24-year-old Desmond Ballinatins, who suffered K9 bite injuries.
He's on the fucking ground, dude.
26-year-old Lawrence Crittenden Quinn were both taken to jail and charged with resisting and obstructing an officer. The driver also faced additional charges of fleeing and eluding an officer,
So they sued the
recklessly
police, man.
endangering safety, possession of THC, and previous outstanding warrants. While the suspects thought they were slick enough to escape 2 separate police chases within just 2 hours,
jumped that fence right there, dude. You should have jumped that fence right there, dude. You would have lost the dog and the cop.
Were slick enough to escape 2 separate police chases within just 2 hours. The next suspect, wanted on several warrants, thought he could bribe his way out of multiple felonies.
Come on, you breaking my arm! Man, I'll give y'all $4,000, man. Just take my cash and just go. Please, it ain't gonna work.
On October 22nd, 2024, officers quickly surrounded a vehicle in a parking lot after discovering that the driver had more than 4 felony warrants, including warrants for firearm and drug possession charges. The moment they confirmed his identity, officers boxed him in and demanded his surrender, determined not to let him escape.
Other general. Looks like a fucking hardware store, dude. Kind of. You know, it's Dollar Generals in Canada. We have some Dollarama shit that's fucking overpriced.
Put your hands out the window, driver.
It's like, nothing's $1 there, everything's like $4.
Open the door.
With one hand, open the door.
Officers removed the suspect from the Chevy and quickly placed him in handcuffs. They then discovered a firearm in his waistband, which was not exactly surprising, given that one of his felony warrants was firearm related. But as officers searched his vehicle and called for federal agents to take custody of him, another arriving officer noticed the suspect was already trying to slip out of his handcuffs and escape.
What's going on? What he got his hand pulled around, took his shoes off and everything.
What you doing, dude? Huh? What are you doing?
What do you mean, huh?
I got albums, you know, trying to
Bring him out.
man.
Huh?
I'm safe, man. I want to supply y'all, man. Not doing nothing wrong.
You guys comes halfway over one leg.
I was uncomfortable, man. What the f?
It'll get worse in a second. Don't kick.
I'm just asking y'all, put it towards the front down.
Go to, come get another unit over to this location.
Dude, stop. My finger, stop doing that. My finger's caught, dude. Stop.
Be gentle, be gentle.
What are you trying to do?
Man, I'll give y'all $4,000, man. Everything in my pocket, please. Just take my cash and just go. Please.
Ain't gonna work.
Take my cash and go, man. What the f are you trying to do?
Photographer, holy. This is a grade 4 fucking middle school flight photographer.
Stop fighting, dude. What are you doing? Get up. Try your stomach.
Just broke my ear.
Stop fighting. You understand?
Come on, man. My arm is broke.
No, I'm telling you now, if you resist, you're gonna get tased. Relax your arms. I gotta get this cuff off, okay?
Holy
The suspect
shit,
was
dude.
properly
Look at
handcuffed.
this, dude. 4.4 million views in less than 24 hours. That's a Mr. Beast type shit, dude. Holy.
What's up, man? How you doing? Here, tags for your car.
They're in the, probably at the house.
Huh?
They're probably at the house.
Probably. Is this your car?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And here's your driver's license and the registration.
My license is in
I'm sorry?
my license is in my bag.
Okay.
Can I grab it?
Yeah.
Oh!
Is the RP advising of a gunshot wound?
Their licenses are bleeding from the
What
head.
directions?
They did say they were shot. Unknown about a GSW at this point.
Right here, right here.
The helmet is on. They're not responding at all, and they appear to have a pulse.
Somebody's never responded to a close enough street.
Oh, please censor it, dude. Come on. Okay. Good.
Hey.
Isaiah, can you hear us, brother?
Can you hear me?
Isaiah, can you hear
Can you
us?
hear us?
I don't want to see a whole bunch of fucking blood.
You guys have your camera? Can we get this off? I got nowhere. I don't have anything. No idea what happened. I don't know if he's. I can't tell if he's breathing or not.
Get them back.
I can't scoot back. I can't tell if he's breathing. I got a lock up in the house.
Hey, get my AED. Nagel. AED.
AED now.
Showcasing by his foot.
Got it. Do you need somebody to hold his head? Yes. He looks to the face.
Officers' body cams abruptly cut as 32-year-old Deputy Isaiah Cordero would later be pronounced dead, sparking a massive manhunt for his killer. Investigators cross-referenced Officer Cordero's body cam footage with flock cameras in the area and positively identified the murderer as 44-year-old William McKay, who had ties to an outlaw biker gang based out of Southern California, as well as a violent criminal history.
CHP, he stabbed their dog about a year ago.
Officers circulated a description of McKay and his vehicle, and less than 2 hours later, an off-duty officer spotted him traveling south on the 15.
Now's the time. We're gonna pit him. We gotta pit him.
Chris, are the spikes coming from the shoulder or center divider?
Shoulder, we can't get to the center, it's just a car pulling.
I'm gonna move up and cut this
Alright,
dude off.
these are approximately 55, still no traffic, number 1 and
AC 130. Oh shit, chopper gunner. Chopper gunner. Inbound. Car package inbound. Now feeling back in the day. When you get chopper gunner and AC 130 from a care package. Ooh. An amazing feeling back in the day.
That's past traffic.
That's going to be approaching heavy traffic. Speeds are approximately 60, number 3 lane.
Let that Bearcat up front.
Destination.
Over, watch your right or left.
See steps.
Here's the new Grand Theft Auto's crazy, man. Hey? Chopper gunner online.
What'd he say? He's coming up to the spikes.
Okay, the vehicle just went over the spikes. Spikes are clear, vehicle still. Number 1
Oh,
lane,
hey.
number 1 lane, speeds are
That's like 10 stars, dude.
McGuire, get
Look
behind.
at all them behind them, dude.
Guys behind us, make room for the Bearcat.
The vehicle has flat tires to the rear. The vehicle is approximately going 40 miles an hour, number 1 lane.
McGuire, fall back to number 2. K-9 44, the front 2 are deflated, successful spikes.
Can you guys in the slow lane move left? Bearcat's trying to get through.
Cat's just gonna unload on him.
The vehicle is number 1 lane approaching. Speeds are approximately 50 miles an hour. You guys, you are approaching heavy traffic to a stop.
Do you see a Bearcat? I do not see a Bearcat. Oh, here he comes. I think he's gonna come up on the right.
Holy.
So yeah, we got a lane. Yeah, he's got a lane.
In the carpool lane. Approaching coming up on heavy traffic, just merge with number 2.
He's coming up.
Just seeing this, dude. Being in the fucking oncoming lane, seeing fucking like 50 cops chase a fucking person.
Possibly exiting at Riverdale.
Hey, Bearcat's trying to get in front of here.
That's it.
Shane, let that Bearcat in front of you.
McGuire, move.
Ain't a better name than a Bearcat.
Watch the FedEx truck. Got it. And I'll stop on the left-hand side. Got it.
That's right, honey.
Unless it's a bear with like 9 lives, that's pretty cool. But
Number 2 lane.
It's heavy traffic. It's back on the 60 west now.
There's too much congestion here, fellas, but when it's safe to do so, we're going to pit him with the Bearcat.
Freeway, real heavy traffic. He's going to be airing on the heavy traffic along the shoulder of the on-ramp.
This is going to clear up. Okay? Because they're stopping him. They're going to be holding him up here.
yeah.
Okay, so along the
Yeah, bud.
continuing 60, about 35 miles per hour, heavy traffic.
Bearcat 3, are you close?
Just past Valley Way. Heavy traffic over here. Copy.
He's on the shoulder. Got it?
Got it.
He's in the emergency lane on the side of a
Good call, that's good. These guys are great too, dude. Got it. Okay.
He's circling this area. This is where it
Crossing
happened.
over Pacific, approaching Valley.
Or if he's got friendlies here, or...
And still right shoulder of the freeway, 30 miles per hour, heavy traffic. Going to be going over Pacific here. Next exit is going to be Valley Way in about a half mile.
Can't make it back in the house. No, if he foot bails to a house, based on the totality of the circumstances, dude, we gotta stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
2 lane now, in between a couple lanes, about 40 miles per hour.
You want to take him down as soon as he steps out. Yeah, there you go, pit now.
Traffic, anticipation of a pit coming soon.
High speed pit.
Stand by for a pit.
Approaching Pyrite in Granite Hills.
The Pyrite exit here. Looks like there is some smoking coming out of the rear tire. Just lost it. The driver's side rear tire.
The crazy Ford commercial.
Make sure our speed's correct before we try that pit. We may be going too fast now.
Here's that passenger front tire.
Front tire, got it. Another tire.
Okay, just smoke coming from that passenger front tire. He just lost that on the freeway. Passing the Pyrite exit, going towards the exit.
So remember, this turns into a shooting. We're on the right-hand side. Watch your backdrop with the freeway on the left. Yeah. We've got this concrete barrier, so it's a good backdrop, but keep your shots low if needed.
Over the bridge at Pyrite, number 1 lane, about 50 miles per hour, and light traffic.
So he's got rear left, rear passenger tires. Looks like the front driver's side tires are about to go.
Happy
miles per
soon.
hour, moving into the number 3 lane now. Light traffic.
This dude is a danger to all these poor people up here ahead. He's armed.
Everyone, looks like you have light traffic all the way up to the 60. No, in between the carpool and the number 1 lane, light traffic.
He's trying to slow down a little bit. Yeah, 50.
It looks like number 2 lane, speeds are about 50 still, and light traffic.
Romero and Ennis, you guys try to stay on the right side of the Bearcat. Dave, myself, and Segura will stay on the left side.
About 60 miles per hour, and very light traffic. They got the other side of the freeway shut down traffic.
Dude, how much longer can that truck go on?
It's a Ford commercial, man.
He's got the left side still.
Our main pursuit effort consists of about 7 units plus canines at Bearcat.
Oh, just a commercial.
Got a few cars that entered the freeway at this on-ramp, but other than that, no traffic. 60 westbound, number 2 lane, about 50 miles per hour.
If he falls into pit speed, we can pit him on this off-ramp if it's possible.
Looks like entering the 15 off-ramp. I'll advise north or south here in a second.
He's going 15 south. All right, 15 south. It's better
He's
than
going to
15
take it
north.
south now.
Better 15 north.
Looks like his brake lights are on the off-ramp. He's on the bridge right now. Brake lights are on, slowing down. About 10 miles per hour right now.
Pitted him successful? No, he's still going.
Entering onto the I-15 south here, about 35 miles per hour.
Oh.
Got a pit, 10 pit.
It's a Ford commercial.
All the way down to the carpool lane now, about 30 miles per hour.
We're doing another pit.
Lost 2 tires and they still can't pit him.
I got you. You can go right into us. I got you. You just watch it.
Be careful bunching up, fellas. Careful bunching up, because if you TCs, we don't want a TC.
Right into us. I got you. We're going to have a little warning. I got good
Copy,
brakes.
passing under Cantu, approaching Lemonade.
His rims are disintegrating. Should tell me pretty sure.
Hey, Patrol Black and Whites, I need you guys to fall out.
And if we could block those exits off of 6th and Lime and I just, it is headed that way. If he's down the rim, so we can block all that traffic entering the freeway. Carpool lane about 40 miles per hour now.
Lost me credit. We got about 70 black and whites in this thing.
I want 2 waves. I want a primary pursuit package backed up by the second wave of ES units.
70
I've got
off.
about
70
7 or 8
cars.
with me, and that's plenty right now. And then you guys just support us by running interference behind us.
Holy.
Only ES units authorized into pursuit. Only ES units authorized into pursuit.
You got
Black
it.
and whites drop out. Black and whites drop out. We have a secondary ES pursuit package behind the initial.
Marshal 10, all patrol units currently engaged in the pursuit, 1022. All patrol units, black and whites, 1022.
What?
Bearcat 3, are you close?
Crossing under the bridge on 6, approaching second.
Oh, first gone.
Just hit the center divider, smoke coming out of the tail end here.
Secondary pursuit package, get ready to bail over that wall if he runs.
Okay.
If we get a CHP stop, the northbound traffic.
Oh, he's fucked inside.
Where's
He's
he at?
fucked now, dude.
No, he's still moving.
What a crazy Ford commercial.
Just a bit maneuver, the truck is still going southbound very slow. Speeds through the center divider, moving all the way over to the right hand side. About 15 miles per hour.
Clear the air. He's brandishing a handgun. He's shooting.
Brandishing and shooting a handgun.
Get ready, buddy. Get ready.
Just TC right under the bridge.
Here we go.
Oh fuck, they're just unloading on him. Holy, they're still shooting. He's not even shooting at all, dude. They're just shooting. They're crazy. Holy fuck, dude. Imagine being on the highway and hearing this, dude. It's like 50 shots, dude. Probably 60 now. Suspect's big. Holy, dude. Like 50 shots fired into that fucking cab at least, dude. Holy.
Above the bridge. Got a visual of the passengers.
He's fucking, he's a ghost, dude. They shot so many shots, they probably
Report
saw
he
the
had a
fucking
total of
ghost.
12 gunshot wounds, including 6 shots to his head, another which penetrated his lungs, and a fatal shot to the neck which severed his spinal cord. A total of 79 rounds and shells were fired by officers. A search of his
79.
vehicle yielded a plastic...
Holy
A
fuck,
total of-
dude. Oh my fucking god, they got the trajectory. Yeah, he's fucked, dude. Look at that trajectory, dude. That's fucking destroying him, dude. None of them even hit the passenger. Maybe the passenger's legs, if there was a passenger, but it's just him. Holy fuck, dude. Look at that trajectory. Yeah, you're fucked, bud. You ain't surviving fucking any of that, man.
79 rounds and shells were fired by officers. A search of his vehicle,
I wanna see the
his
second
spinal
picture.
cord. A total of...
Oh, those are all fucking bullets? It rips. Like, those are all fucking pierces. I think that's bullets going through it. Damn.
79 rounds and shells were fired by officers. A search of his vehicle yielded a plastic bag containing a white powdery substance, the firearm he used to murder Deputy Cordero, numerous credit cards he fraudulently used at various locations, and his membership card to a violent white supremacist outlaw biker gang.
Membership
McKay's
card.
lengthy criminal record began in 1999 when he pleaded guilty to assault with a firearm and spent 3 years in prison. In 2005, he was an accomplice to a burglary where he choked a man and smothered a woman before stealing $3,700. He pleaded guilty to first-degree robbery and 2 counts of assault and sentenced to 13 years in prison. In
Likely to
2021,
produce
McKay
great
and an
bodily
accomplice held a
harm?
woman who
Holy.
had been house-sitting for McKay against her will. McKay alleged that she took part in burglarizing his home, but rather than alert police, he assaulted her and bound her and her mother with duct tape and threatened to kill them. The victim managed to escape and alert San Bernardino's sheriff's deputies, who pulled him over 2 days later in a stolen truck. He and his accomplice fled into the desert where they were surrounded, and his accomplice stabbed a police canine. McKay represented himself in court after his arrest and requested a bench trial, where a trial judge heard evidence and found him guilty of false imprisonment, evading a peace officer, making criminal threats likely to produce death, and receiving stolen property. According to court transcripts, the judge found him not guilty of kidnapping because the victim was not forcibly moved from where she was held. McKay's bail was reduced from $950,000 to $500,000 to remain in
But she was
compliance
not
with San
moved from where
Bernardino's
she
bail
was.
schedule
What the
for a
fuck?
3 strikes case. Needing to only pay 10% of the bail and allowed to use property like a house or pickup truck, McKay made bail by promising property valued at $50,000. He was arrested on a new drug charge prior to his sentencing, where he made bail again, this time for $50,000. When McKay failed to appear to his sentencing hearing, a warrant was issued and his bail was forfeited. His warrant was still active when Deputy Cordero pulled him over for not having a rear license plate. Investigators interviewed an associate of McKay who told them that he did not want to go back to prison. 1 week after his murder, Deputy Cordero was laid to rest and a memorial service was conducted in his honor.
Her son is gone. We hurt so much. My dearest, I said.
Sorry, dude, everyone's problems. We don't want to fucking hear your problems, lady. Y'all got your own fucking problems. How the fuck's that a thumbnail, dude? What the fuck, dude? If I posted that as a thumbnail, I'll be banned right away, dude. Fucking blood in this fucking thumbnail. Fuck's the other body cam videos, dude? People watch this, dude.
Sometimes, the most dangerous person on a call isn't always the suspect. It's the officer standing right next to you.
Hey!
Oh!
On January 8th, 2019, while serving an arrest warrant at a home in Lafayette, officers Lane Butler, Kurt Sinks, and Aaron Wright were aware before entering that there was a dog on the premises. One officer was stationed next to the cage to keep it contained, but for a brief period, the cage was left unattended.
Yeah, good. Hey, watch that dog.
What's the new Call of Duty? No drop shot, dude.
Just hold that.
Flying too high, you got drop shot, dude.
You can step in. We're clear. I mean, let's check the out. Hey!
Oh!
What happened? What happened?
After the dog made its move to open the cage, Officer Wright instinctively reached to stop it rather than use his weapon. In the scramble to get out of the house, his hand struck the door and his firearm discharged, hitting Officer Butler in the back.
Medic Singleton. Medic Singleton.
What the fuck? How does that happen?
Back. Door. Rather than use his weapon. In the scramble to get out of the house, his hand struck the door and his firearm discharged, hitting Officer Butler in the back.
Medic Singleton. Medic Singleton. What happened? I tased you? Do you have your taser out? Where are you? Where are you shot? Hey, relax. Did you have your taser out? Where? Right here, right here, right here, right here. Lafayette 367.
Oh my god.
Medic Singleton.
Let's stop tripping and instantly regret it.
Appreciate on the phone with my passes.
Shots fired.
When a man speeds past deputies at 117 miles per hour, they could have never predicted they'd end up in a dangerous standoff with him over 80 miles away.
Suspect is on phone with 911, advising that he's armed and has a child.
On the morning of
BBC.
June 23rd, 2024, in Mason County, Texas, a state trooper
2024.
conducting radar was notified that a white Toyota was speeding towards him at around 115 miles per hour. The trooper started driving southbound and immediately spotted the vehicle driving towards him at a high rate of speed. As the vehicle passed him, the driver, later identified as 40-year-old Ryan Lopez, rolled down his window, flipped the trooper off, and sped away.
Fort Charles, 306 Mason, car just passing on the shoulder, passing the blinking light right now, coming into town, high rate of speed. Coming into town, he's probably at the courthouse by now. I've lost the visual. Yeah, we're going in front of the courthouse right now. He just blew the four-way going out to Llano, Speeds 106, 29 east, going by the kettle auction. Fort Charles, 306 Mason. He's passing, going up a hill, going around two semis, losing visual. He passed three semis in a no passing zone.
Even with lights and sirens, the trooper decides it's too dangerous to overtake the semis on this stretch of road, allowing Ryan to gain distance.
Fort Charles, 306 Mason. Have you advised Llano of this pursuit?
America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way. America, fuck yeah. Here to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Terrorist, your time's out through. Team America's here to deal with you. America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way. America, fuck yeah. Here to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Yep, double line, double solid line, he'll pass him. You can idle down there, he'll drive.
No spikes. I got stuck behind a truck tractor. He's probably gonna meet him before he sees me.
As he nears another city, the trooper realizes just how dangerous this chase could become. So
Mm-hmm.
he advises local units ahead to get spike strips ready for deployment ASAP.
ASAP. That means as soon as possible.
I do not. I believe there's a Llano deputy behind him right now, and I'm second. We're entering the Llano city limits. He's doing 115. Just when it's oncoming traffic, almost head on. Did they advise where the spikes are going to be at, or what road?
Spikes will be at 4700 block East 29.
I just passed the spikes, but unaware if they were successful or not. The vehicle's still mobile. Did they advise if the spikes were successful or not?
The tire came off. He's riding rim.
Oh shit.
Charles 36 Mason. Speeds about
This guy's so chill. Just past the spikes. They'll probably let me know if they hit.
I believe it's on a rim right now. Can you see if anybody in Burnett has spikes? This vehicle doesn't seem to be letting up, still doing 90 miles an hour. What kind of vehicle is it? Can I get it?
Yeah, you can fit it. It's a Toyota 4Runner. He's missing a front passenger tire. He's riding on rim right now. At this point, we're just riding both lanes, making sure people move out of the way.
Yeah, 10-4. I'll probably meet you somewhere in the S-curves on 29.
He did try to run me off the road at one point.
Fort Charles, 306 Waco. Vehicle doing 112 and 55 mile per hour zone.
Oh,
I'm
really?
going to pick you up at 2341. I'll try to get a pin in immediately so we don't get into the city. 306, passing 2341 and 29. 2341 and 29.
At this point, another trooper joins the pursuit, preparing to use a pit maneuver to bring it to an end. Little did he know, he'd be putting his life on the line multiple times.
And the 1700 block coming into the city.
Yeah, way too fast for a pit.
Hey, he's trying to hit me.
Breaking.
The camera's drying, man. Look at it. Dry, man.
He's been trying to hit me.
10 pixels are trying to collaborate together and fucking make an image.
Hey, y'all good for a pit?
I'm trying.
Where's it?
Hey, County.
That's crazy. Try to do a commercial.
He keeps trying to hit me.
1031. Same location, 29 and 21.
Ryan still shows no sign of stopping, and his driving continues to escalate. With the
Yeah,
chase
shoot at his
growing more
tire.
dangerous, this trooper decides to take matters into his own hands.
Okay, we're leaving the city.
Here's tire.
Shots fired.
You just tried to run the trooper off the road.
Hey, I'm gonna lay off pit and I got shots fired. Back tire's down. Just notify land passes. Hey.
Oh shit.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I got 1080 shots fired.
You shot at you or you shot at him?
No, I shot at him.
Oh, okay.
Hey, will you tell Austin that I'm 1080 shots fired? Because I can't get him on the radio.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
4 Charles 306 to 4 Charles 302. Hey, you're gonna have to call it. My tire's flat.
We're still northbound speed.
How's his tire flat? You're the one shooting bullets.
Aircraft. Continue this on foot pursuit.
614-10-4, be advised, aircraft is not currently at the hangar, only on call today. We'll try to get the start responding.
Aircraft isn't there today.
Hey, we're down on
It's on call today. He's not chilling at the hangar waiting for shit to go down.
Can we get a Western Region channel?
Austin DPS is wondering, did you shoot out the tire? Did the suspect shoot at you?
Negative, ma'am. I shot out the tire.
Holy.
They're trying to run the trooper off the road. Run this 10,000 blocks.
It's a crazy Taylor commercial.
If you can hear me, let me get on him and then you come to the side.
Yeah, 10-4, let's do it.
Just come around whatever side you want. I'll be behind him.
I think he's gonna spin out or something. Turning.
Journey to 142.
Step on him.
343, we're still northbound. Are any of
Tire.
the troopers in this pursuit on this channel?
Negative. I'm going to make contact with Waco and see who can get dispatched.
I don't know if we're going to make it into the city because he's down on rims on the passenger side, but we're making pretty good time.
Yeah, the shit getting kicked up in his windshield, his car. Holy. Guy's ripping off little pieces of metal every time.
45 minutes into the chase, none of the troopers' efforts have managed to stop Ryan, now speeding into another city on just 2 tires at over 110 miles per hour.
What are these rims
Troopers
made
ahead
out of?
make another
Holy.
attempt with spike strips.
We're coming in the construction zone right now. We're in Deer County now, passing up. Good spike, good spike.
Oh, he spun out.
Let me see your hands! Go! 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 Pepper ball!
You're gonna break the windows and pepper it. From shatter the window and gas it. Nice skin, holy dude.
Friendly fire, pepper ball going.
That's a sick skin, dude.
Pepper ball.
Oh. Shatter those windows, dude.
Good? Yes, sir. You good?
Yes, sir. I'm Canadian, so I'm not sure how blue. I only know the fucking weapons they fucking use on you if you're not fucking listening to them. I don't know what blue bullets are.
Did it? Yeah. What's the deal, stolen?
Maybe it's buckshot or something. I'm not sure. I know there's like blue and red shotguns. Shells.
Okay. Step out, driver! Okay, more pepper ball coming in. Pepper ball! Pepper ball!
Get that back window.
It should be getting pretty bad in there. Hey, give me lethal. I'm gonna try and hit it from the other side.
So it's like a compressed, kind of irritant, like mace. Compressed,
It should be pretty bad now.
compressed air it uses. Or CO2 it uses.
Ryan had called 911 from inside the vehicle and claimed he had a gun, but the Toyota's tinted windows made it impossible to confirm.
Y'all see any movement at all? Those windows are so tinted. I wish we could too.
We have a shield where we can breach a window.
I don't have a shield. You got a shield? Got one coming up. Yeah. No. Okay. If we get a shield coming up, somebody break that window, we'll pepper ball the inside of that thing. Shield and more pepper.
Yeah, it's like a paintball with like fucking,
Pepper it up.
those are the bullets right there.
Yeah, sorry. Imagine how bad it is in there.
Get the drone out.
Perfect. Drone. We got a drone. Yep. I got you, bro. Yeah, I know. It's a little spicy. I know. Oh, shoot. You guys are armor, right? You guys got ballistic windshields? We're fixing to use you to nose up to that thing. One of you.
Ballistic windshield?
Pepper ball! Hey, be advised if we have to go on that vehicle, it's going to be spicy.
Yeah, very spicy.
That one's good. That one's good.
He's just peppering his fucking team. The guy in the car probably barely smells it compared to them.
911 advising that he's armed and has a child.
That is received 117. We could disconnect with county on 911.
Yeah, I don't want to push it unless we have to. Yeah. I don't want, yeah. Let's not push it if there's a kid in there. Let's play like there is a kid in there. Get a Bearcat up here and handle it the right way. Yeah. We got all day.
Good, because we're going to be...
Get out there.
Copy, I assume now. We got EMS and footer.
If there really is a kid in there, I'm glad I didn't hit it.
Came away from Mason.
Exactly. And if he runs out of fuel and that AC goes off, that pepper's going to eat that vehicle.
With the special response team and a Bearcat on the way, all deputies needed to do now was wait it out. Or at least, that's what they thought.
Hey, Marvel's Bearcat's down, calling code. Yep. All right, boys, you ready? Pepper ball out!
There's a remote control
After more
in
than
this
40
fucking
minutes
car?
surrounded by pepper smoke, they fired another round of projectiles to smoke his ass out. And this time, Ryan's reaction changed.
Watch step chair. Walk towards the shield!
Huh?
Hey, don't push up, guys. Towards the shield!
They're around this car. Now walk backwards towards the sound of voice.
Hey.
All right, Baxter, go ahead and come out the driver's side door with your hands up.
All right, they're pushing, guys.
All right, Baxter, keep your hands so we can see them. Try to come out with the driver's side door.
That's short, dude.
You got anything on you? Got a license, something? ID? It's in the car. Yeah, in the car. Yeah, take your shoes off. Get in the car.
Why is he in the front seat? What the fuck? Why is he in the front seat?
Put your seatbelt on.
After almost 2 hours since the chase began, Ryan was arrested without further incident. The pepper balls eventually forced him to give himself up. No child was located in the vehicle.
No
However,
child.
deputies did discover a 9mm Ruger handgun and a dog. Ultimately, Ryan was charged with felony, first-degree aggravated assault on a public servant, times 11.
This is someone who gets himself and all his customers arrested.
Okay, everyone, we are here at the Minocqua Brewing Company parking lot. Everybody say hi. Hello. Hello. And there's a police force around our place right now. Let's take a look at this gentleman over here.
This is Kirk, a man known throughout Minocqua for all the wrong reasons. And today is yet another day that he locks horns with his longtime enemy, Greg. But unlike the other times, today is going to end differently.
How long is this going to go on? My kid racing here's got to put up with this nonsense.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're...
I'm going to go over there myself.
Please don't. Please don't.
This is getting so... We're going to make sure that this is transparent and public because we don't trust the federal government anymore. You're part of a very big live stream at the moment because, unfortunately, you may be great guys, but your president and your regime is not.
The chaos begins around 5:20 p.m. on the evening of June 27th, 2025, after Greg Walker, the owner of Lakeland Times, calls the police in Minocqua, Wisconsin, following yet another dispute with the owner of a neighboring business, Minocqua Brewing Company's 48-year-old Kirk Bankstad. For the responding officer, this feud is nothing new, but he doesn't yet realize that this time, Kirk isn't alone.
Bankstad's over there in the thing. You see the woman in red, the guy in green. So I walk out and they say, "Hey, Walker, f*** you f***ing asshole. Make sure you call the police department or the sheriff. You thin-skinned motherfucker." They're all over there. They're antagonizing me. Now, he has a criminal thing going on. There's bail here and everything. We're witnesses to a crime on him right now.
Okay. Was he yelling or just the
Nope,
people?
him. He started the whole thing. It was all Bankstad the whole
Shitty
time.
can, man.
Now it looks like he ran out of there. He was trying to run away. That person, those people right there, that woman in the red, the guy in the green, the blonde, the guy holding his beer up, see how they're antagonizing me? All all of them.
Okay.
Every one of them should be written a disorderly conduct because I have every right to come to my building and not be harassed by a bunch of drunk people.
Okay. Did they come onto your property at all? Okay.
But they don't have to. He's got a criminal. We got a case right now, criminal defamation case.
Right.
Here he comes.
Okay.
There he is.
I'll talk to you in a minute.
There he is. That's what he's been doing the whole time. And that guy right there that just walked out, the big guy in the green, him too.
Okay.
Yep, they should all get they're filming it and everything, and it's beautiful. Hopefully it gets put on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm
They
sure
look like Karens.
being live stream right now. So. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
But we have a case, so I know the sheriff. I called the sheriff. He's already looking at disorderly conduct and bail jump.
Okay.
Talk to the district attorney.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm going to go pull up that stuff, and then I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to talk to them, okay?
Is this going to go on? My kid renting here has got to put up with this nonsense.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's what...
This. I'm going to go over there myself.
Please don't. Please don't.
This is getting so...
I understand your anger. That's why I'm here.
It's like this wild animal over here, you know? Did she hear? Did she hear him? Oh, she heard it. She called the police already earlier. What the hell you guys doing?
Just please don't go over there, okay? I'm going to go over there and talk to them, but don't...
You're not going to do any good.
Well, I don't want you to go over there and getting you called in.
This is 3-hour parking. You got parked here all day long. It just goes on and on in this liberal world. God, thank God. If your daughter heard anything, I need that. Okay, she was gonna walk over and file a complaint. Okay. Listen to him. Listen to him. He's doing the whole rant and everything.
Okay.
Outside.
Yeah, a little blue-haired liberal.
Do you know?
Always wanted his phone.
I
Fucking.
from when he was showing it. Did you see what the photo was?
Look at it. Yeah, I got Officer.
Make it famous
Redler
online.
here, and this guy, they're just going on. It's a mob. You just had Scott Bassett, the neighbor, came over. He's going ballistic. He's got it all. I mean, when does it end? I mean, seriously, Grady. Listen to him. Hear him?
Before entering the brewing business, Kirk had run as a Democrat for the Wisconsin State Assembly in 2020, ultimately losing to Rob Swearingen. But his feud with Greg Walker dated back to 2015, when Kirk criticized a Lakeland Times article about a local festival, accusing the paper of being misogynistic toward a female Chamber of Commerce director. Over the years, the conflict only escalated. In June 2020, after another Lakeland Times story, Kirk began publicly calling Walker a crook on social media, claiming he had heard Walker had a drinking problem. Then, in March 2021, Kirk falsely accused the newspaper of using a derogatory slur to describe the local Chamber of Commerce director. In reality, the paper had used the word idiocy to criticize the Chamber's actions surrounding a festival, not the slur Kirk claimed. But even this was only another chapter in their long-running feud,
Idiocy.
and this time, another family had been caught in the crossfire of Kirk's stunts.
Hey, Grady, it's Officer
It's
Redmond.
political bullshit, I think.
It's going good.
Politicians
I just
fucking
got on shift here. Yeah, so
fighting businesses, arguing with each other.
So I'm figuring out what's going on here, but they're yelling across the road and pointing, and it sounds like they were swearing and stuff at Greg and employees. And we also have a house right next door that they called and filed a complaint as well. Okay, I appreciate
they're flipping me off. The woman in blue.
All right, thanks.
You just said go yourself. You just said go yourself. Right over the office.
I just spoke to 701. He's going to be getting some deputies over here to assist me.
You're good to go. I'm not going to go over there and get myself in a jam until the other deputies get here, because that's not smart for me to go there by myself with how they're acting.
Yeah, but you want to make sure you get all of them. Every single one of them. Look at them. And
Wow.
Yeah, it's all being recorded too.
Okay, well, film them.
Yep.
There you go. Get every one of them and arrest them. Flipping me off, that guy, the guy standing there at the beer.
The rats for a guy ganging up on a
We're going
guy.
to go pull up those cases, and
Poor
when the
guy,
deputies get
dude.
here, we're going to go over there.
I would go over and get them now.
You can't, dude. He's scared, dude. There's like 6 of them.
Angry mob.
Yeah.
It's just me. I'm working by myself.
That's why you have that. Listen, you getting this? They're all flipping me off. Are you witnessing this?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful.
All right. Do you recognize anybody else over there or no?
I do not.
Okay.
You got this, man?
Yep.
You getting this?
Yeah. Sounds good. Yep, no problem.
Like, yeah, I just started work. I ain't fucking deal with this shit, dude.
Over at Monaco Brewing Company. They're
30 people? Yeah, he
still
ain't gone.
consistently yelling profanities across the highway. I did speak to the father of the tenant next door. Sounds like the daughter is going to be walking over to make a complaint as well. I'll just go over there.
Hello. You're the one who lives here? Okay. Alright, so what can you tell me?
He's just been really loud. Like, I've been home for like 45 minutes and he's been like screaming, and then like 5 minutes ago, like...
This woman has nothing better to do. She's just fucking prowling the neighborhood looking for attention.
Screaming and flipping them off and yelling over here. I'm the one that called.
Okay.
I just called too. Oh, you did? Because they were flipping me off.
Just please, everybody, just don't even go over there and look at them. I don't want to make this, you know...
I ran my leak over just to drown them out a little, so you don't have to listen to this.
I'm the only one working, so I'm waiting. There's some deputies who are coming, so I'm waiting for some deputies to get here as well before I go over there, because I know it's not going to go well.
They're just ignorant. They don't care about anyone else.
I think the deputies are coming from Rhinelander, but hopefully they're stepping on it.
So when are they going to put a lock on his door?
That's a county thing. Because, yeah, the county is the one who said he can't operate. I don't know. I know everybody is asking that question. I'm asking that question myself, too.
Yeah. He can close up and go before...
I had to pull up some stuff on my computer, but I'll be hanging out here until the deputies get here.
While Kirk's actions were nothing
Smart
new
guy,
to
dude.
officers,
Yeah, he needs
Walker,
backup.
or much of the community, they still managed to provoke outrage. In May 2021,
One cop
Walker
versus
officially
30
filed a
fucking
libel
people?
lawsuit against Kirk after he refused to remove posts calling him a crook and a misogynist. Then in August 2021, while that lawsuit was still pending, Kirk made another shocking accusation, falsely claiming that Walker had allowed his own brother to die in a hunting accident so he could inherit the family newspaper business. Kirk would later admit that parts of the story had been fabricated. In October 2023, a jury awarded Greg Walker $750,000 in damages, one of the largest defamation verdicts in Wisconsin history. A year later, in October 2024, the judgment was reduced to $580,000, with Kirk personally paying $50,000 while the remainder was covered by insurance. But if anyone believed this lawsuit would finally put an end to it all, they were wrong. Less than a year later, Kirk was back doing what he had always done, and things are only going to get worse.
Okay. So they're all standing in their beer garden, looking over at Greg Walker, flipping him off, cussing at him and everything. Kirk is involved with that, and I know he has, I believe, what was it? For his open misdemeanor. Let me pull it back up here. There's like 30 people there. The only one I recognize is Kirk. I can identify them when we go up. Brian. Yep, he's holding up a picture. He's flipping them off. He's yelling over here. I'm at the residence right next door. And the tenant actually called us before Kirk did, and they were flipping her off and stuff. She just looked outside her window. They're all yelling profanities and all this stuff. So she called them beforehand. I'm at the house right next door.
The whole neighborhood hates them.
Bunch of people are on their way, so.
As the officer waits for backup to arrive, Kirk pulls out his phone once again to record a video for his social media about the incident.
Okay, everyone, we are here at the Minocqua Brewing Company parking lot. Everybody say hi. Hello, hello. And there is a let's see. There's a police force around our place right now.
Yeah, so you're harassing
this
fucking
gentleman over here. This guy.
the whole fucking neighborhood.
Police department officer, and this is Greg Walker.
Guy looks like a fucking liberal
Greg
fucking
Walker,
Karen
who
that
is the
fucking
owner
pulls
of
up
the
their fucking
Lakeland
phone all the
Times,
fucking time.
Who is?
Just tries to get fucking
call
drama
it
off
the-
of people. Just
we
tries
call
to
it the
gaslight
Westboro
people just to
Baptist
fucking
Church.
TikToks to their
We call it the
Facebook.
Westboro Baptist Church of Minocqua. Greg
toxic
Walker has
Facebook
called the
videos.
cops on us, and he expects Sheriff Grady Hartman. Sheriff Grady Hartman. He expects Sheriff Grady Hartman to come and arrest me because they are friends. He expects Sheriff Grady Hartman to come and arrest me because they are friends. And I think somebody else with him is Heather Holmes. What's happening here, folks, is a standoff between the Hatfields and the McCoys. We have the biggest asshole in the state of Wisconsin.
What was that? Was that him
Greg
breathing?
Walker, who owns the Lakeland Times and the, what are we talking about? River News of Rhinelander.
It's just two
were
rich
giving
people
a
just
beer
fucking-
tasting, and we were lamenting the poor state of journalism in northern Wisconsin because Greg Walker only reports the news that he wants to be told.
This is so un-American.
And he also sues people when he doesn't like what they say about him because he's the
These
thinnest
guys,
skinned person
his whole
in the history
chat's
of
just
mankind.
talking shit.
But unlike most other times, he isn't alone.
Let's see what that last message said.
Thinnest skinned person in the history of mankind.
But unlike
This is why I no longer spend a single cent in Minnequaw.
Like most other times, he isn't alone. In 2024, Kirk was also charged with criminal defamation after posting a photoshopped explicit image of Walker and one of his editors. Although those rare criminal charges were later dismissed, they resulted in strict bail conditions being imposed on him. But even that didn't stop him. In February 2025, Walker filed another lawsuit against Kirk, accusing him of violating their privacy by using Walker's name and face
Just two
on his
fucking
politically
rich
themed
people
beer
just fucking
products,
constantly
including
suing
one
each other.
called Snowflake Holiday Ale without permission. And even now, he's only rubbing everyone the wrong way.
I got the whole county coming right now, so I just started my shift. This is an overtime shift too.
Hey, Greg, smile for the camera. Greg, that's Greg Walker, everyone. Unfortunately, I can't. Oh, here we go. That's Greg Walker. Greg Walker is the publisher of the Lakeland Times. And the Lakeland Times has sued us for defamation, and Greg Walker has called the cops.
3911. I'm a law 1. Kirk is
This
currently.
guy's just running a business and just screaming at fucking all the neighbors.
Raise your hand. You're on prime time. You're on prime time. Apparently these guys don't love to be videotaped because they're all corrupt. Are you gonna stick around, Greg? The entire state of Wisconsin is seeing you with Heather Holmes talking right now. So these guys, Greg Walker and Heather Holmes, work for the Lakeland Times. Oh, Sheriff Grady Hartman. Here we go, everyone. Hey, film it, Angie.
Oh,
Let's see
fucking
what's
hot,
going
man.
to happen today, everyone. This gentleman is walking over, not to talk to me, apparently.
All right, we're gonna have to be talking to everybody. So at this point, nobody is free to leave. Okay? From what's been going on, I've been sitting here listening to everything.
Nobody is free to leave. Okay, hold on.
So nobody is free to leave at this time. Okay?
Hold on.
We're about to walk out the door. Okay. I saw you two sitting here, so you guys are good.
Nobody's free to leave.
Yep.
Sir, you are live on candid camera.
Okay.
What is your problem, sir? Why are
We're
you
gonna
holding
figure out
us?
what's going on.
What's going on?
Well, I've been standing here and you've been yelling over there.
Yeah.
You do realize you have no contact with him, right?
Huh?
You have no contact
I
with
don't
him.
contact with him.
You were looking directly at him, calling out to him.
Come on, man.
Hey.
We're going directly to my squad.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so let's go.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What I doing? You got a non-contact order,
Everybody look at this.
and you're antagonizing the guy.
You're being detained right now.
Stop.
Stop.
Take this video. I'm not doing anything. Peaceful.
Unlock your hands.
Hey,
unless
how
you want to hurt.
about you stop hurting my hands?
Unlock his hands,
it.
and then I
I'm
won't
not
hurt.
hurting my hands.
Stop resisting her.
I'm not. I'm stopping.
No, you're
What
not.
do you want me to do?
Loosen up. Don't be so tense.
Put your wrist behind your back. Walk. Why are you resting?
Exactly. Sheriff Grady Hartman. Hey, you need to loosen up the right one. I'm in pain.
We'll
I
take a
didn't-
look
I
at
didn't
him,
do a
but
thing.
you were pulling, so that's on you.
Can you undo it? I'm in pain. I'm in serious pain. Can you undo it? It really hurts. The right one really hurts.
Now these guys get to record him.
If you didn't resist, then it
Dude,
wouldn't have hurt.
I might tense up when being illegally arrested.
You broke a no contact, Kirk. You know that.
What do you mean a no contact?
You know you have a no contact.
Oh, come on. You guys are ridiculous. Ow. Can you just, I'm not going to do it. I'm not a flight risk.
Okay, I don't need anyone else here. Everyone else needs to go back to the 12.
Can you loosen it up again? I mean, I'm not a flight risk. What are you going to do? I've never been arrested my entire life.
Oh, you deserve to be.
Except for the last time.
Yeah, sit down.
Oh, those are my keys. Can you give them to my employee? Give them to my employee because she wants, I'm going to move that car. Yeah, she's going to take my car. Good.
So I let the people with the babies go. They were sitting over there doing fine. They weren't yelling across.
Okay, what do you got? Everybody else was yelling?
Yeah, pretty much everybody else here was yelling. There's a guy in a red shirt. I don't know if he's still in there.
Guys standing behind this fence here.
Yeah, a girl in the red shirt was yelling. Guy in black shirt. This flannel.
But this time, Kirk isn't going to be the only one heading to jail. Soon, several others will join him after their attempt to support him led to consequences of their own.
Alright, as of right now, everybody that's in this facility is being detained until an investigation can be completed. Everyone's going in handcuffs. So
A bunch of drunks.
Literally just walked in the door to have a beer.
Well, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, then, man.
Yeah, well, first time, man. Over to everyone. Better chug that beer and enjoy it, man.
Not right now. They've been in there for like 2 hours. Okay,
Why would you leave your dog in your truck?
You're not going to be going to grab a dog.
Can you go let him out?
Which car is yours?
Ford Rain, Ford F-150, F-151.
Okay, we can take a look at that after.
What's going on?
You know what's going on. Everybody was yelling, hooting, and hollering over there.
I yelled anything.
I was standing there watching.
I didn't yell anything. We yelled nothing. We were quiet. I didn't do anything.
What, and that's
drinking beer.
We're going to figure it all out.
Oh my God.
So the one that she took away, he was yelling. She's saying she wasn't. She was standing right next to Kirk going like this, over towards Kirk. Or over towards Greg.
I need to point out
the guy in black shirt, one that's still recording.
that one.
Yep.
Okay. Shirt can go. Black shirt can go. Handcuffs. Use the zip ties.
Blue shirt says he just got here. I didn't see him before.
Okay.
Yep. I didn't see these. Are you with her? I didn't see them.
Black shirt with phone.
Blue shirt that just walked that way, and her, I did not see them do anything. They said they just got here. I believe they did.
Okay. Who else?
She was standing by Kirk, pointing over to Greg.
Okay.
What a shit show, man.
People that are over yelling in that direction.
Who else?
Right now, so people disperse while I was talking to them.
What was the American flag upside down, dude? They should arrest everyone in the fucking building. No, fly a flag upside down, man.
I didn't see her do anything. I didn't see them do anything.
These two?
Nope.
Didn't see? Okay. Is that all we're going with? I want her. She goes.
I can go across the street and double check that I'm not missing anybody. Do you want me to run over there?
Wait, run over where?
Talk to Greg if there's any I'm missing that are here.
Yes. Yes, please.
Are there any over there that you see right now that we missed?
She's definitely one. The guy we got his plate. He walked out. He was one, that big guy that walked out. He was the same one.
Okay.
That
dude. What about that guy in the green shirt in the left door? Right door? I don't recall.
He's just choosing who goes to jail, dude. Holy.
These individuals over here on the left.
Holy, Greg.
I didn't see them do anything.
Power Greg has. Jeez, man.
If you do, that'd be fantastic.
Well, collectively, all of them were up in arms.
He's drinking a cocktail. The guy drinking a fucking cocktail. Darkest Wikipedia page is still online today. Visual Venture. VV.
You've probably used Wikipedia 100 times, but you've never stumbled
maybe
across
like 50,
these pages.
maybe 75, not 100.
A pilot's final words before he vanished forever. Another page is about thieves who poison their friends and family on accident, and much more. Today we're covering the creepiest Wikipedia pages on the internet. We'll start with strange and work our way to the creepiest. The goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026, so it would mean the world if you subscribe, and I will do my very best to put out the best videos I possibly can for you. I'm Visual Venture, and you are awesome. Alien hand syndrome. Some medical conditions are scary because of what they do to you. This one is scary because of what you do to yourself. The illness is called alien hand syndrome. It has a Wikipedia page that explains this phenomenon in full detail, and what it describes almost feels impossible. Alien hand syndrome is a condition where a person experiences their limbs acting seemingly on their own. In simple terms, your hand can do things like it has a mind of its own. The first case appeared in the early 1900s. The patient was an elderly woman in Germany. One day she realized she could no longer control her left hand. It moved.
Of course, it's Germany. Why is that?
when she didn't want it to move. It grabbed things when she was not trying to grab them. Sometimes her hand would wipe her face or rub her eyes for no reason. Here's what made it even stranger. When she actually tried to move the hand on purpose, it resisted. It took significant effort just to control it. But when she verbally commanded the hand to move, it obeyed, like it was a separate being attached to her body. At the time, doctors had no clear explanation. They labeled it as an unidentified disease and moved on. But similar cases kept coming. In the 1940s, a man lost control of his left hand.
We're not sure what it is.
His left hand kept interfering with whatever his right hand was doing. When he tried to turn over to the next page,
sabotaging him.
His left hand would try to close the book. As more cases surfaced, doctors gave the condition a name: alien hand syndrome. They also started calling the affected hand the alien hand. It most commonly affected the left hand. Doctors also identified what seemed to trigger it. This condition occurs usually after a stroke or surgical operations involving the brain.
Oh, the Jagex hand, dude.
It happens because of neurodegenerative
fucking
diseases.
sabotage.
They still couldn't explain exactly what caused it or why. One medical expert described the experience this way: it's like you've entered a horror movie and something else is controlling this part of your body. At first, the alien hand just did strange things.
Like closing a drawer you've opened, trying to fill your mouth with food, incessantly touching your face when you really don't want to, or hiding something you're looking for.
Over time, the hand started doing dangerous things.
Just sabotaging him.
One of the most alarming cases involved a woman named Karen Byrne. She made headlines after she was attacked by her own hand. One time, Karen's alien hand almost undressed her in public.
Karen's left hand was slowly moving up her shirt, delicately unhooking each button one by one.
She used her right hand to button it back up. Then her left hand unbuttoned it again.
They wouldn't believe him at all.
Karen's alien hand would get violent.
But it would also get really upset with her.
Yeah, if it was the guy, they wouldn't fucking believe that shit at all.
Smacked me right across my face.
Karen's own hand slapped her many times. She began to fear for her safety, and she wasn't the only one. Another woman said her alien hand tried to choke her while she slept.
It's always
she
woman.
woke up just in time. From that point on, she had to physically restrain the alien hand with the right hand to prevent injury. And every story on the alien hand Wikipedia page is worse
all by
than
women.
last. Alien hand syndrome is a scary condition because it uses your own body against you, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. The Wikipedia page in this next chapter talked about two men who started one of history's worst disasters on accident. The disaster nobody saw coming. In 1987, two men stole a glowing blue capsule from an abandoned hospital. Soon, they realized that anyone who touched the stolen object got sick. Some even lost their lives. People started to believe the object was cursed, but they were wrong. The real truth is explained on Wikipedia. The abandoned hospital was in a city called Goiânia. By September 1987, it had been abandoned for years. Then two scrap collectors broke in. They were looking for anything worth selling. In one of the rooms, they found an old radiotherapy machine. These machines used radioactive material to treat illnesses. The radioactive material was still inside the machine, but it was sealed behind a protective casing. The men had no idea what the machine was. They just knew it looked valuable, so they carried the machine home and dismantled it. Inside, they found a small metal capsule roughly the size of a can. That capsule held the radioactive material. When removing it from the machine, they punctured the protective barrier. From that moment, they were exposed to dangerous radiation. They didn't realize it. They also noticed a deep blue light coming from the tiny opening in the capsule. The glow came from the radioactive powder inside. Unaware of the danger, they sold the pieces to a local scrapyard.
The owner of the scrapyard gave Elvis $25 for the shiny assembly and placed the pieces in his garage.
The scrapyard owner was fascinated by the blue glow. He thought the capsule's contents were valuable or supernatural, so he took it home. His wife, Maria, also loved the glowing blue powder. It looked like glitter, so she used it for decoration.
Maria then went on to decorate her pajamas and bedsheets with glowing dust at night.
In the days that followed, Maria invited friends and family to view the strange glowing powder. People came from all over. They rubbed the glowing powder on their skin, allowed children to play with it, and passed fragments between households. The contamination spread across the city. According to Wikipedia, what happened next was one of the world's worst nuclear disasters. Days passed. Then people started getting sick. The symptoms varied depending on how much powder they came into contact with. Doctors doctors were confused. The symptoms didn't match anything they knew, so they treated patients for food poisoning or skin allergies, but the symptoms kept getting worse. People reported serious health problems, including skin damage and internal complications. Eventually, one doctor recognized the signs of radiation poisoning. He alerted the authorities. The story broke on local, national, and international news immediately. Citizens panicked. 130,000 people rushed to local hospitals to check if they were exposed. After testing, 249 people were found to be contaminated. Some still had radioactive residue on their skin. 4 people lost their lives. Hundreds were left with lifelong health issues. The contamination was so severe that parts of the city became radioactive hazards. Those areas had to be abandoned. The government compensated victims and their families. One of the owners of that abandoned hospital was fined for negligence. The entire chain of events is documented right on Wikipedia. It shows how one glowing capsule poisoned an entire city. This next story is about 2 sisters whose bond became a prison neither of them could escape. The sisters who couldn't separate. There's a Wikipedia page about identical twins who only spoke to each other, nobody else. They created their own private language. It was as if no one else existed, but as they got older, that bond became dangerous, and it directly led to one of them losing their life. Their names were June and Jennifer Gibbons. From childhood, they mirrored each other's movements. Even when they were apart, they could be in separate rooms. If one sat in a certain pose, the other would sit the same way. The strangest part was how they communicated.
Somehow, June and Jennifer ended up creating their own language. They would talk to each other in this language, but no one else could understand it.
Reports say they hadn't spoken to anyone but each other their whole lives. At one point, the girls were sent to separate boarding schools. The separation backfired. When they were apart, the twins became catatonic. Catatonia is a condition where someone can remain motionless for days. The schools had to send them home to be reunited. Several therapists studied them, but no one could explain the connection. The media called them the silent twins. Some people admired their connection. No one knew it would one day destroy their lives. As teenagers, their relationship changed. June and Jennifer started arguing frequently.
And the more time they spent together, the more they began to hate each other.
At 16, they started keeping journals. What they wrote was disturbing.
And often in their journals, they wrote about how much they hate each other and how much they wanted to hurt each other.
Their entries revealed how trapped they felt. They wanted independence, but they could not break away from each other. Soon the tension turned physical. The twins would erupt into intense bursts of physical fighting. They also committed crimes, including vandalism and petty theft. During this time, they set fire to multiple properties. Eventually, they were arrested. A psychiatrist diagnosed the twins with psychopathic personality disorder, so they were sent to a high-security psychiatric hospital. Inside that hospital, their bond reached its breaking point. In the hospital, June and Jennifer gave interviews to a journalist. This proved something important. The twins could speak to other people. They just usually chose not to. They told the reporter that they wanted to live separately, but they felt imprisoned by their bond. In their diaries, they described how trapped, possessed, or tortured they felt by each other. Over time, the sisters reached a disturbing conclusion. It was necessary for one of them to lose their life for the other to live freely. They even discussed who was going to make the sacrifice. They agreed it would be Jennifer. On March 9th, 1993, the twins were still under psychiatric care. Jennifer told an officer what was about to happen.
Jennifer told her parole officer that she knew that everything was going to get better because she was going to die soon.
Then it happened.
It turned out the very next day, while they were being transported to their new location, Jennifer put her head on June's shoulder and passed away.
The official cause was sudden inflammation of the heart. Doctors couldn't explain why.
She was super young. There was no evidence of drugs or poison in her system. She just died of natural causes.
To this day, Jennifer's passing still remains a mystery. Some believe that Jennifer willed herself to pass so that her twin could be free, whatever that could mean. What followed was just as strange. After Jennifer passed, June changed. She began speaking to others. She gave interviews to magazines. She became normal. Eventually, she was released from the hospital. To this day, no one has fully explained their bond. That's why this remains one of the creepiest situations on Wikipedia. The Wikipedia page up next talked about a real place in America that people call the gateway to the underworld. The town built over hell. Centralia is one of the creepiest places in America. Some call it the gateway to the underworld. That may sound dramatic, but once you read what happened there, it feels pretty accurate, and the whole story is explained on Wikipedia. Centralia was once an ordinary American town in northeastern Pennsylvania.
In the early years,
Centralia flourished.
Oh,
The town
Pennsylvania was
hosted
just a
multiple
giant
hotels,
trailer
2
park.
theaters, and 14 different stores.
In the 1960s, about 1,400 people lived there. But there was something unusual about Centralia. The town was built over a network of old coal mines. Once coal catches fire, it can burn for a very long time. People built roads, schools, and homes above those underground coal mines. At the time, no one saw the danger. Then in 1962, one bad idea changed everything. The town needed a place to dump its garbage. So the town council created a landfill, which is a large site where people throw trash. The plan was simple. Fill the pit with trash, burn it, and repeat. The garbage would turn into ash. It was an easy, practical solution.
Why don't
By
you just
May
put it in
1962,
rockets and shoot it out
the
of outer
landfill was
space?
full, so the town hired a small crew to burn the garbage.
They set up a controlled burn on the morning of May
Yeah,
27th.
see that smoke?
A
That's
small crew to
decomposing.
burn.
That's what happens at dumps. If you go to the dump and shit like that, like the yard waste, and it's smoke that's decomposing, it just catches fire and smokes. It's pretty cool.
The garbage.
They set up a controlled burn on the morning of May 27th, and then they extinguished the flames that night.
They put out the flames and went home. Everything seemed fine, but it wasn't. Days later, people noticed fire flickering in the landfill again. Firefighters doused
Yeah, you
the
guys
pit
shoot
to
it
put
into
it
outer
out.
space,
Days later,
man.
the fire returned. They put it out again. The fire came back again. So they sprayed it again. No matter what they did, the landfill was catching fire on its own. That
That's
meant
what we should be
something
doing,
deep
testing
inside
like
was
pods
still
and shit,
burning.
like
The
2
town
man or
brought in
3
a
man or
bulldozer
4 man
crew to
fucking
investigate.
So crews were
space
brought
rocket
in
pods.
to then churn up the trash
Just test
so
if
that
they're
they could
fucking shooting
douse
garbage
the
out
lower
there.
levels and get anything that was smoldering below.
The bulldozer dug through the ash. That was when they found the real problem. There was a large opening at the bottom of the landfill. It led to an abandoned coal mine from the 1800s. So when the trash burned, the flames slipped into the mine. That was a nightmare scenario.
So now coal under the town and the old mines dating back to the 1850s
Are heating up, yeah.
were now on fire.
Coal fires can't be extinguished like normal fires. Once coal ignites, it can burn for a very long time. With enough coal, it can burn for decades. And Centralia was sitting on a network of coal mines. That was an unlimited amount of coal. The fire slipped through the underground mines and spread beneath every street and home. The town was sitting on fire, literally. Authorities scrambled to stop the fire.
They tried underground barriers using sand and fly ash. They tried digging a cutoff trench, but they were too slow getting it done. The fire was already past the trench by the time.
Nothing worked. The fire was underground, so firefighters couldn't fight it directly. Then the ground began to change. Cracks
Use the
split
underground
open in
firefighters.
roads and backyards. Thick smoke rose out of those cracks.
I actually you could see the burning underground. It was just like looking into a furnace. It was wild.
Imagine looking down and seeing fire glowing through a crack in the sidewalk. That was real life in Centralia. By 1981, the danger became impossible
Start
to
shooting
ignore.
guns
It
at it,
nearly
man.
ended someone's life. A boy was walking when the ground opened up beneath him. He grabbed a tree root to stop his fall.
He held onto a tree root to keep from falling deeper into the hole as bursts of up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit went past him.
The sinkhole beneath him was nearly 300 feet deep. That's about the height of a 20-story building. The boy's cousin eventually pulled him out. After that, nobody could pretend Centralia was safe. You couldn't even
Nobody
trust the ground
died?
under your
Holy.
feet. The fire also caused an invisible problem. Burning coal releases toxic gases that have no color or smell. Those gases seep through the ground and into people's homes. One man was found unconscious in his own house.
They had to take him to the hospital. Could have died if nobody had happened to find him in time.
The town was declared too dangerous for humans. Families packed up and left. Some buildings collapsed into the burning ground.
In other areas, you can see where sinkholes have opened up and in some cases swallowed entire homes.
Today, Centralia is a ghost town. The fire still burns underground. Scientists estimate it will continue to burn for over 250 years. And this Wikipedia page documents its horrors. This next chapter is about a flight that ended in
Especially
one of
after
the
COVID.
strangest disappearances in history. The pilot who never landed. There's a Wikipedia page titled Disappearance of Frederick Valentich. But the disturbing part is not just that he vanished. It's what Frederick said and saw moments before he disappeared. Frederick was an amateur pilot from Australia. In 1978, he was preparing for his biggest challenge yet. He was going to fly solo across the open ocean. And he would do it at night. Frederick rented a single-engine plane for the trip. And on the evening of October 21st, he took off. The first part of the flight went smoothly. Frederick stayed in contact with with the ground staff, but 40 minutes into the flight, his tone changed.
But we do have the transcriptions, which tell us exactly what was said whilst Frederick was up there.
Frederick radioed that a large aircraft was following him. Ground staff checked their systems. They found no known traffic at that level. In other words, no other aircraft was supposed to be there, but Frederick insisted he could see it. He said the aircraft was flying at least 1,000 feet above him. It was making strange maneuvers. He believed it was playing some sort of game with him. He sounded scared. Minutes later, Frederick said this unidentified flying object was hovering right above him. He could see it better now. He described a shiny metal surface and a green light on it. Ground staff asked if he could identify the make and model of the plane. Frederick looked again. Then he uttered his final words. "It's not an aircraft." After that, his transmission was interrupted by unidentified noises. Wikipedia describes them as strange metallic scraping sounds. The noise lasted only a few seconds. Then there was silence. Frederick had disappeared into thin air. The first assumption was that Frederick crashed into the ocean. Authorities launched a search. They found nothing. No wreckage, no body, no trace of the plane. The search team also questioned people in the area. Many reported seeing strange lights in the sky the night Frederick vanished. Conspiracy theories spread quickly. Most people believed Frederick was abducted by aliens. Frederick's own father supported that theory. But scientists offered a different explanation. They said there was a meteor shower that night. The green lights people saw were probably falling meteors. There was also a theory that Frederick lost control of his plane.
Some experts believe that he was so disoriented that he was flying upside down unknowingly.
That could explain what he saw.
What he thought he saw above him, another craft, was actually the reflection
guy
of
who
his
knows
own
what he's
plane
doing flying
in the
upside
water.
down.
The final theory was that Frederick staged his own disappearance. He deliberately flew somewhere to start a new life. No one knows the truth. Frederick Valentich has never been found. That's why his story is one of the strangest on Wikipedia. The Wikipedia page in our next chapter talked about a man who went into a cave and never came back out. The cave that became a grave. There are dangerous caves all over the world, but one cave was so dangerous that its entrance was sealed with concrete. People wanted to make sure that no one would ever enter again. This is a story of Nutty Putty Cave, one of the darkest stories on Wikipedia. The cave is located in Utah. Its walls are lined with soft brown clay that feels like putty. That's how it got the name Nutty Putty Cave. For years, people wriggled through the cave for fun. It became a tourist attraction. From the outside, it looked like a simple hole in the ground, but inside it was a completely different world. The cave had tight twists, turns, and crawls that went deep underground. Many of the passages were deceptive. A tunnel would look wide enough to enter, but once someone squeezed inside, they often couldn't turn around. Between 1999 and 2004, several people got stuck.
A number of people, including 2 Boy Scouts, became stuck in tight or narrow parts of the caves and had to be rescued by professionals.
One rescue involved a 16-year-old boy. He was wedged upside down inside the cave. It took 10 hours and 20 rescuers to pull him out. Rescue teams in Utah were concerned. They were repeatedly called to pull visitors out. The cave was becoming
he
too
crawled in
risky
somewhere fucking that was so tight, and then he realized, fuck, it's a dead end.
Their worst fears came true. In November 2009, John Edward Jones entered Nutty Putty Cave with friends. He was a 26-year-old medical student. John wasn't that reckless. He explored caves before, so he believed he knew what he was doing, or at least he thought he did. While crawling through the cave, John wanted to find a section called the Birth Canal. It was supposed to be a tight but navigable passageway that eventually opened to a larger area. In other words, it was supposed to be narrow at first and then open up. That detail is important. John crawled forward with his brother close behind. They reached a narrow passage. John believed it was the birth canal. He was wrong.
But John, unknowingly, had taken a wrong turn down an unmapped passageway via a route known as the corkscrew.
The tunnel was extremely narrow. John had to move slowly, inch by inch. His brother was close behind.
John kept his cool. He was certain that there would be an opening ahead.
After a short distance, the passage sloped downward. John went in head first. He still didn't realize he was in the wrong part of the cave.
The narrow space looked as though it might open out a little bit further down, and besides, he was sure that he was in Birth Canal.
It did not open up. John became stuck upside down. Only his feet were visible to his brother Josh. John asked for help.
Josh made several desperate attempts to free his brother, but none of them worked.
Eventually, Josh crawled out to get help. Rescue teams were called in, but when help arrived, the reality of the situation became clear. There was almost no room to work. The passage was so narrow that only one rescuer could enter at a time. The rescuers tried everything to free John. First, they tied a rope to his feet and tried to pull him out. He couldn't move. Next, they tried to drill through the rock to widen the tunnel. The stone was extremely thick. It took over an hour to drill just 6 inches of rock. For the next 27 hours, 137 volunteers rotated in and out of the cave. They worked non-stop. John remained upside down the entire time. That position alone was dangerous.
For some people, being suspended upside down for as little as 10 minutes can be fatal.
That'd probably
John
be
had
me.
been stuck that way for almost an entire day.
His health deteriorated. After around 27 hours of being stuck, John passed away. The cause was cardiac arrest. Even then, the ordeal was not over. Rescuers needed to recover his body for a proper burial. They tried for a while. Then they realized the truth. It was too dangerous to attempt to retrieve his body, so they left him inside. Then they made sure no one would ever get trapped again. All entrances to the cave were filled with concrete. Nutty Putty Cave was permanently closed. Today, people still visit the site. They cannot enter, but they know John is still inside, trapped underground forever. That's what makes this Wikipedia page one of the creepiest on the internet. This next case has been investigated by the government, scientists, and police, and still no one has figured it out. The night everything went wrong. Thousands of people go hiking every year. Most of them return home safely, but 9 hikers in Russia did not. And it has its own Wikipedia page that's quite shocking. It's titled The Dyatlov Pass Incident, and some say it's a story about monsters and aliens. It happened in January 1959.
The group consisted of 9 experienced men and women greatly familiar with the Siberian wilderness.
They were supposed to return in 3 weeks, but almost a month passed and no one heard from them. A rescue team was sent into the mountains. After days of searching, they found the hikers' tent. It was buried in the snow. All the hikers' belongings and shoes had been left behind. That included most of their warm clothing. No hiker would willingly walk into freezing weather without boots or coats. Yet that's what seemed to have happened. Inside the tent, rescuers found sliced food. It looked like the hikers were getting ready to have supper. Then something interrupted them. The tent was also cut open from the inside. All the facts pointed to one conclusion:
that the group had cut their way out and fled their shelter in a panicked rush. Footprints were
snacky poo. Snacky poo.
found leading down the side of the mountain.
What could scare 9 hikers so badly that they ran into the snow half-dressed? Search teams later found the remains of the 9 missing hikers. 2 were dressed only in underwear. Doctors concluded that 6 passed away from hypothermia, but the other 3 had serious injuries.
Medical experts concluded that their injuries were caused by a large force and could not have been caused by another human.
There was another strange detail. Some levels of radiation were found on one victim's clothing. News of the incident spread across the country. People wanted answers. There were many theories. The Russian government blamed an avalanche for the tragedy, but according to Wikipedia and other sources, no one has ever reported an avalanche in that area. Others believed secret military weapons were being tested in that area. That could explain the injuries.
Maybe these weapons had actually struck some of the hikers, causing their strange and terrifying injuries.
Some even suggested the hikers fought and ended one another. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened. That area was later named Dyatlov Pass in memory of the group. Wikipedia was built to inform, but somewhere along the way,
CEOs are the worst.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're recording a video right after we did the last one. Last week we posted a video about disgruntled employees, so much so that we had to talk about CEOs. But it's been such a big back and forth. So today we're going to be talking about CEOs, baby. Everyone can relate to working under a boss that he absolutely despises. In fact, some of the most cathartic online discussions revolve around making fun of CEOs like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg for practically everything they do because it's nice to punch up. For people that seamlessly have it all with God complexes and fundamentally change how we live, it's nice to fucking punch up every once in a while. Am I wrong? That's why I think sometimes people leave horribly nasty comments on my videos. Because they're like, fuck this fat ass and his millions of subscribers. I get it, dude.
Punch up, baby.
Punch gently.
Yeah, punch gently.
Just, I mean, give me a love tap. You don't have to curb stomp me, please. Don't make me bite the curb. It's hard not to get why people feel such a deep hatred, especially with the upper echelon of CEOs that go to crazy lengths to boost profits and add another zero to their net worth. At the end of the day, it's all just a giant pissing contest where it's, how much do you need? How much do you actually need, Nick? Everything. As long as the numbers are good and the investors are happy, then everything else, including your health and happiness, comes second, baby. This problem has grown even bigger in recent years, as it seems like every day there are new headlines exposing a company for doing something nefarious. From AI CEOs ruining the PC market, and also, I don't know, like basically saying that humanity sucks and that robots rule. It's I don't know. They want the end of the world for some reason.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right?
2, I don't know, McDonald's CEOs attempting to seem relatable to the masses by trying to eat their own products without throwing up. It's truly incredible.
I love this product. That's a big bite.
The controversies are endless, my friends. Unsurprisingly, most of the people in the top are complete weirdos who had strange and narcissistic behaviors before they climbed the corporate ladder. And this kind of behavior actually helped them get to where they are today, but created many enemies along the way. So, let's go over some of the most heinous and bizarre things CEOs have ever done. It's gonna be a long video. How long is this video?
16 hours.
We're looking at a 16-hour. This is a down the rabbit hole video. Yo, shout out the new down the rabbit hole video, dude. Nigel Cheese. Did you watch that one?
We watched a little bit, yeah.
It was fucking great.
He's a genius.
Nigel Cheese? Exactly. 1 + 1 = 1. I'm a proper English gentleman. Anything down the rabbit hole, dudes. I'm fucking. I eat it up. I love all of it. Shout out my boy down the rabbit, Frederick Nunson, the homie. I don't know. I wish he was my homie. Hit me up, Fred. To boost morale, some CEOs will take their entire staff on a company retreat and get them out of the office, like Valve. They take them, like, I think they take those motherfuckers to Hawaii every year. Expenses paid. I heard Valve, though, I heard they treat their employees right. Is that true?
They have a shitload of money. And then, like, when CSGO came out, they started switching to CSGO, but nobody wants to work on, like, TF2 anymore. I think there's one person working on it.
What about Half-Life? I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. Basically, what we're saying is Gabe Newell is a good CEO.
That's what people say.
That's what people say.
That's what people say. I mean, he's happy.
How often do you think they have him at gunpoint? You better say that. You better say him at good. That's what I do with my guys. I have a 3D printed gun. I have a Bamboo Labs printer. I print out a gun. I go up to all my employees and I say, you say I'm a good boss right now. While these retreats, it might seem like a nice gesture, one week-long retreat turned into a week of pure hell. In 2017, the CEO of Plex, Keith Valerie, decided to treat 120 of his employees to a survivor-style vacation in Honduras, labeled as a team bonding experience. What? Team bonding as Survivor? Only one of you will win. Fight. The $500,000 trip was already off to a bad start before a single person boarded their fucking flight. 3 weeks before the retreat was set to start, the resort they were staying at had both its general manager and head chef resign. After getting off the plane in Honduras, the crew was crammed into buses and was shipped out over dirt roads. And when they arrived at their destination, most of the staff felt uneasy because the property was guarded by numerous guard towers equipped with machine guns. This is what, can you just upload? It's just Pirate Bay for movies, right?
Well, now they're trying to be a legit service, so they have like free movies and stuff, and you pay for services.
Yeah, but you and your brother just use it for anime, right?
Yeah.
Their anime selection is haunting. The CEO had flown down a few days earlier to help set things up. However, as soon as he arrived, he noticed all the food was deep fried, and the staff warned him not to eat any vegetables. That's a good sign. Oh, so can I have this tomato? I would not eat that. He disregarded their warnings, claiming he just had to have one small salad. God, what a CEO thing. I have to have my salad. Yeah. I have to. I just one. This led to him contracting a severe case of E. coli and becoming bedridden before his company even arrived to the company retreat. He claimed that while in the hospital, he lost up to 8 to 10 pounds in just a few days, and that the staff would nail his IV bag to the bedpost every time he was swapped. Like fucking Martin Luther. Go with God. With Keith unable to direct the Survivor challenges, other executives had to step in and divide the contestants into teams so the games could begin. The first challenge that the staff were tasked with was eating tarantulas as well as assortment of other disgusting foods. What kind of company retreat is this?
Survivor.
Is that? I thought Survivor. I thought that's like a fear factor.
Yeah, that
thing.
is more of a fear factor.
I thought Survivor's just being like, I don't know, like float in the ocean and hold your breath, or what? I thought it was that. Next, Keith hired a former Navy SEAL to simulate beach drills,
You can
which
jerk off the
pushing
fastest in the
employees to
water.
crawl in 100-degree heat while being screamed at. Nobody in the company was particularly fit. Yeah, come on, the people at Plex, come on now. So people began to overheat and crawl on their hands and knees into the ocean to cool off. That's what I do. I'd look like a fucking sea turtle. I'd crawl off. I'd be on the beach. There'd be like 70 eggs.
Yeah,
under
it's
me.
an American company. None of them are fit,
Eventually,
dude.
people began passing out, and the Navy SEAL agreed to tone down the intensity. All right, fine. I'll tone it down a bit. Things would only get worse as the games continued. Many employees suffered fire ant bites, including one person who had to get an emergency injection in their butt after sitting on an anthill.
Holy.
But come on now. That
You
is the
fucking
CEO's
idiot,
role. I
dude.
will say, though, sitting on that's a dastardly surprise. You don't expect that. Those motherfuckers will crawl anywhere, too. You gotta watch out.
Have you ever got bitten on the scrotum?
Well, I've had a leech on my balls before. I've had
Oh
seed
my
ticks in my
God.
testicles.
In?
Well, seed ticks, they bury in it. I had to pluck them out.
Oh my God.
It's true. It was on the other side of my stomach. I have one of those gross fat stomach. Oh God, dude. I wish I had like a robust tummy. You know, like a round one. I had my fucking stomach. It's disgusting. It's one of those stomachs that looks like a peanut shell. Others were still recovering from severe heat exhaustion and dehydration from the days prior. The resort they were staying at was also dealing with a sand flea infestation. So every room had to be fumigated each morning. Every morning, a fumigation. Which also, I'm like, there's no way that has not stopped lingering. So you're going to bed and you're just breathing in those chemicals. In addition to the insects, one of the senior engineers was sleeping and heard a loud crash in their bathroom. When he went to investigate, he found that a porcupine had fallen through the ceiling of his shower and was trapped behind the glass. I love the picture. Yeah. He's like, let me out. Through their stay, the facility experienced frequent power and water outages due to brutal heat wave. And one of the employees was running back and forth between his co-workers' rooms, delivering water bottles to keep them cool. While doing this, he forgot to drink water himself and began to experience severe heat palpitations due to heat exhaustion. And after nearly collapsing, he was taken to the hospital and put on an ECG machine. You think they also hammered IV bag? What are you doing here? Not going well, sir. A positive of the trip was that they had unlimited access to golf carts, so they could drive anywhere they wanted. The downside was that the trees blocked the solar panels powering the road lights, so they would shut off after about 30 minutes. As a result, some employees ended up driving in the dark and crashed into things. Near the end of the trip, the entire company boarded small planes to an island called Utila to attend the opening of a new baseball field that Plex helped fund after the original was destroyed in a hurricane. The day went on without any issues. They swam in clear waters and played basketball. But this brief respite was all they had before problems started to arise once more. It came time to head back to the mainland. Utila's airport was very basic and lacked runway lights, meaning no planes could land on the island after the sun went down. And because of this, the pilots were tasked with getting the 100-person crew back to the main island before sundown, using an 8-person propeller plane. One by one, the plane took off and returned, taking small batches of people. However, they didn't make it back in time, and some employees were forced to spend the night on the island. Many of them were using antihistamines to treat the insect bites and were left for hours with insatiable itching. And thankfully, those left behind were able to find a doctor on the island and get the medicine they needed. For the rest of the night, the remaining employees stayed at a hotel, drank beer, and listened to reggae. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. When the morning came, the pilots picked them up, and the rest of the company drove to the airport to head back to the U.S. Though it was a retreat from hell, many employees say they enjoyed their time and grew closer to their coworkers. At the end of the day, people did get closer together, but it seems like it's through trauma. You get closer through trauma, right? Was that a big brain move from the CEO? I don't know. And this could all be chalked up to a horribly planned event with the good intentions. Many CEOs, however, are far more sinister in pursuit of profits and stuff. I mean, to me, this does not seem like this is not a bad CEO. I mean, we're dipping our toes a little bit of.
He's on a vacation, tries.
Right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like anybody really had any resentment towards the CEO.
It's more so. I mean, to be fair, he was trying to do something fun, and it was horribly planned. There's way worse CEOs.
Yes. Nearly everyone in the U.S. was affected in some sort of way by the RAM shortages created by all the AI CEOs. And since 2025, AI has seen massive growth, and its overall integration into everything has accelerated at a terrifying pace. And because of this, many AI CEOs are ordering their companies to lower or halt consumer-grade RAM production and focus solely on AI memory for the massive data centers.
Yeah, first it was fucking
I fucking hate them.
GPU.
They're everywhere.
Chip prices. Now it's RAM prices.
2 or 3.
Well, it's by us, yeah. It's fucking stupid. The price of a stick of RAM has risen nearly 120% to 300%, depending on the brand. Meaning a stick that cost usually $300 in 2024 is now upwards of $1,000 in some cases. This has not only raised the prices of pre-built PCs, making it harder for an average consumer to get one, but also prices of consoles.
Those
it
are
led
people
to
that
systems
pay
like
that,
Steam
man.
Machine being delayed as well. Shoe company
PC gamers are really fucking stupid. They have no problem paying $2,000 every year for fucking a brand new GPU. No problem at all. So fuck, why not hit them $1,000 for RAM?
Rebrand as New Bird AI and sell off its shoe brand to begin buying
Nvidia's
GPUs
been doing
and
it for
building
fucking
AI
time.
data centers, which has sent its stock soaring.
Ever since the fucking RTX 2080 launched at fucking $2,000.
Since its founding in 2015. And the worst part is, the CEO sent out a company-wide email informing everyone that they had been let go and that all of their retail stores would be shutting down without prior notice. What a fucking nice guy. And this will likely start a trend of other companies abandoning the customer market and investing fully into AI, getting out of like actually having to like rent out store spaces or do whatever and just fully integrate with this like get rich quick scheme that people are having with AI data centers. People are tired of AI being pushed down their throats, and CEOs know it, yet they still force us to use it. The CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, published a blog post at the end of 2025 urging people to stop calling everything related to AI slop. How about you go fuck yourself, idiot? He believes we need to get beyond the arguments of slop versus sophistication. Humanity needs to learn to accept AI as the new equilibrium. It's the way that CEOs talk about AI, it just shows how little they accept life. It's like it shows what disdain they have for actual humanity. It's not surprising, but it's so eye-opening. This spurred a wave of people calling out the CEO and referring to anything the company did as microslop, which beautiful. Microsoft hated the word so much that they even banned it on their Discord and restricted people who used it. What a fucking pussy, dude. Yourself. CEOs will gladly screw over consumers, but what about their employees? In 2023, Clearlink CEO James Clark announced that the company would require people to return to the office. This was after promising lots of newly hired employees that this would not be a possibility. When the company responded negatively, he held a meeting with all the employees and went on a rant about how he was sacrificing his time in the office while, in his words, 30 employees were quiet quitting because they hadn't opened their laptops for a month. He then praised the people who made insane sacrifices to return to the office, such as one woman who had to sell her family's dog to get back to the office.
Why would you sell your dog?
What? He said that it broke his heart and that she had to do it, but praised her for complying with the new company's standards. I know you couldn't take care of your pupper and you had to get rid of it. You probably really like that guy, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Next, some of his employees complained that they couldn't go into the office because they were stay-at-home mothers. James' response to this was that it shouldn't be an issue because real mothers would be able to balance working in the office and childcare.
Whoa, this guy needs...
I didn't say it, all right? I just want to say that base take is not from me, all right? Once again, though, it just shows, well, robots don't require a robot mom could do it.
Well, my nannies take care of my kids.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just get a nanny then. I don't understand. It's like, well, I'm not rich like you. You get your housekeeper then to do it. Like, what?
You get your mother, okay?
Yeah, get your mom. After hearing this heartless, disconnected speech, many employees resigned, and the company received significant backlash, as if they give a fuck. James tried to save face by saying his words were taken out of context, but aside from his company being review bombed, he never faced any repercussions. Exactly, because they don't give a fuck.
As long as they're making money, they don't give a shit.
Also, they just know that, like, oh, there's going to be another thing in the news. Who cares?
And they're going to replace us with AI.
We will be computers. We will have to. After a while, they're like, I don't even know why people are rejecting the cyborg treatment.
Elon Musk wants to do that, put a little brain chip inside you.
I think it's because they're all just afraid to die. I mean, who isn't afraid to die? But I think CEOs have a hard time grasping that they're like, what do you mean I won't have, it's just over?
Could you imagine if CEOs were immortal?
There would be no point of living. Yeah. There would be no point to life itself. Some employers actually value the work that their employees do, but far too many believe that their employees are lucky to have a job in the first place.
Me?
Nick.
Yeah, I am lucky.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Especially in today's society.
It's like there's like a bunch
Mass
of
immigrations.
Me? During the 2023 Australian Financial Review Property Summit,
Got invaded by the Asian continents, now we're getting invaded by the Middle Eastern continents.
Tim Gurner stated that he believes we should see pain in the economy.
Right, well,
By this, he means that employment rates should rise up to 40% to 50%. His reason behind this?
Yeah.
Well, Tim believes that after COVID, the average worker got lazy. So the employer quotes,
need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around.
You see, in Tim's eyes, layoffs are not a sign of a failing company, but actually a tool employers can use to threaten employees into working more and being grateful to even have a job. Once again, it can't be said enough.
Especially in today's society.
I think that they think this is like normal. Well, everybody thinks this way. Because all they do is talk to other CEOs. So when they actually say these thoughts out loud, you're like, what? This is not the first insane thing Tim has said. In 2017, he faced significant backlash for saying that millennials couldn't buy homes because they were buying too much coffee and avocado toast. Remember that guy? This was met with a tidal wave of angry millennials ranting about how they greatly simplify why people in their generation were struggling financially. Tim publicly apologized. Yeah, he probably threw up. He's probably sitting there and he's like, he was doing this under the podium. Or he's doing this behind his back.
Oh, yeah.
Tim publicly apologized, claiming he felt deep regret for his statement. But it appears that old habits really never change. Tim, if you're out there, hope you're getting a wreck. That's horrible to say, even to a CEO. Do we really care? Do I give a fuck? You know what's fucked up is that Stevie Ray Vaughan dies in a helicopter crash, but Tim Gurner probably flies a helicopter all the goddamn time. Most of the time, CEOs can be mentally draining, but for one employer, their boss nearly killed them during a meeting. After getting hired by a small startup, one man was under constant psychological harassment for 7 months straight by the CEO. From the moment he got hired, his boss was constantly yelling at him and demanding he explains what he was doing at literally every moment of the day. And on top of the overbearing boss, the man was required to work 12 to 14 hours a day, including weekends. And after months of being belittled, everything came to a head when the CEO began screaming at the man at the top of his lungs during a video conference. I mean, it's just all public humiliation shit, power tripping humiliation shit. Which also, even if you're upset with an employee, it's just that level of delusion where it's just like, well, this is probably inappropriate to do in a video conference, right? With all these people here. But I feel like you're just making a statement and it's just power tripping, right?
I honestly think some CEOs do it on purpose, where it's just like, I'm gonna pick the weakest out of the pack and like make an example of them. It's just like alpha brain bullshit.
But that's just power tripping, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that an idea to where it's like, hey, everyone who's in here, don't let this be you?
It's a warning thing of just like, if you have like a scapegoat and someone you know like you could pick out to be the example, it's very easy of just like, I'm gonna pick on this guy to show everybody else not to fuck up.
After several minutes of being yelled at, the employee began struggling to breathe as his chest began to tighten. He eventually collapsed, alerted his mother, and was taken to the hospital. While there, the doctors told him he suffered from a panic attack caused by his boss's endless screaming, which if anyone's ever had an actual panic attack, it feels like you're having a heart attack. I mean, if you feel like you're dying. I used to get them really bad. Remember, I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, I got them really bad.
I had really bad anxiety in high school, so I remember remember I was like one of the up and running people to be in a play. It was me or this other guy. And I've never been in like a big play before. I had a huge anxiety the other day. And I was kind of hoping I didn't get it because it's like...
Just the pressure of having
Just
to
the
perform.
pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, surprise, I didn't get it, so...
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, I've never had a heart attack yet. The very first time I had like a bad one, I drove to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack. It's just like tightness of breath, and your chest, like your heartbeat races, and you're like, you kind of have like a fight or flight response. You're just kind of like, it's very overwhelming. It's very odd.
They have beta blockers for that.
There you go. When he recovered, he immediately resigned. According to the HR department, however, his medical emergency was actually an act of charity by the company since they were paying him for his time off. An HR department said that. Oh my, which also, I've had a boss before, man, that's like, did shit like that. I won't say the company or whatever, but it was like a place that had like comic books in there. We've been there. But he was just like a guy that would like, he'd bully you until you quit, basically. And he was like a guy that was like new and he was like trying to prove himself. He would like bully you until people quit, and then he'd bring in other guys, and he would basically like, he would like joke about you in front of you to them,
yeah.
and then like try to get the other new employees that he hired to like resent you. And he just, that was his way of like thinning out the herd.
My boss had a similar thing where she wasn't that mean, but she would purposely like cut people's hours because she's like, if I don't like them, I'm just giving them.
Oh, 100%.
Because she's like, I'm not gonna fire them so they could just get on unemployment.
Yeah, that he did that too. And then it was like a weird thing too, where it was very obvious. He was just such a fucking creep. He also hired like a bunch of like 15-year-old girls, and like, he was like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He hired like, oh, these are all my buddies from like my Toys R Us day, whatever. And then he'd hire like a bunch of younger. He's just a fucking creep. That kind of shit. It's no surprise that many CEOs have insane egos, with some believing that they inherited their position from God himself. After being appointed CEO, a man invited his entire company of over 200 people to a Zoom meeting, labeling it an announcement of an upcoming project. However, instead of discussing anything work-related, he opened the meeting by stating that he believed he had been directly appointed to the CEO position by God. Apparently, Christ had brought him to this position like it was his divine purpose in life. Realizing how insane the situation was, many workers resigned shortly after the meeting ended, and morale plummeted for those who stayed. Which also, what was the company?
Yeah, I want to know.
We sell tires.
Yeah.
And it's like, God wanted me to be here. It's like, Greg, we sell tires. It's clear that if you want to be a top-level executive, you need to be a little crazy. And in fact, many CEOs go public about their strange habits and reveal themselves to be very bizarre characters. The co-founder of Boost Mobile, Craig Morgan,
Let me read that, dude. She reads 40 sips of water. Elton CEO mock after revealing he drinks 40 sips of water from my hand daily until I feel like I'm going to throw up. What?
Characters. The co-founder of Boost Mobile, Craig Morgan, is the fourth largest mobile carrier in the US. The man had several rituals, such as going to bed early exactly at 10:04 p.m. every day. Which already I'd be like, how do you control that? 10:03 and yeah, injects himself. Not only that, but every single day he eats 5 cans of cold sardines and encourages others to do the same. As a self-described sardine evangelist, Craig attributes his health to his sardine consumption and believes that's why his business continues to grow. It's just because of the sardines. At the same time, I kind of fuck with that. Gotta eat sardines. We have to imagine that every CEO is just a psychopath, right? Yoshiro Nakamatsu, also known as Dr. Nakamatsu, is known for holding over 3,000 patents. These inventions would include the toilet seat lifter, a throwable self-defense wig, and the Cerebrix chair, which is a recliner that blasts electronic pulses into your brain to supposedly boost brain power. The goddamn Jimmy Neutron chair. To come up with all these crazy inventions, the man needed a room where he could relax and think. That's why, naturally, he built a bathroom in his home covered head to toe in 24-karat gold. Naturally. Yoshiro believed that doing this blocked harmful radio and TV waves that would affect his thinking. It also partially soundproofed the room, allowing it to be silent most of the day so he could scream and shit all day long. When inside the room, he would sit on or near the toilet and think about new inventions for hours. One of the only rules in the room was that no nails were allowed inside because he believed it disturbed his thinking. To ensure this could never happen, he also had the room built with no nails. Which also, I was going to say, at what point do you also say this motherfucker has something going on? 3,000 patents? I mean, how many people have a solid little room?
Off the top of my head, only one.
I mean, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Like,
thanks,
there
dude.
might be something to them. Also, I wonder why the nail. Why no
I
nail?
was there subscribing so long. Thanks,
What is that?
fucking
That's like
Fernando.
It's like an OCD thing, right?
That's a cool
CEOs
name,
will
dude.
come and let
Holy.
hordes of people go from their job without a second thought.
Thanks, dude.
The worst of the worst CEOs will cause them to lose their lives.
What a
The
nice
Deepwater
guy,
Horizon
man.
disaster is one of the deadliest industrial disasters
I don't know why
ever.
that's just,
11
that's
people were
the
killed on an oil rig explosion and over 200 million
emote. I changed it. It should be something different, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, dude. I haven't heard that sound for so fucking long, dude.
I feel like a lot of
It
people
means a lot to me,
Part of
dude.
the reason the oil rig exploded was the
Oh,
CEO
Franco.
cut overall
Not
operating
Fernando.
costs by
My bad,
rushing
dude.
safety inspections and standard
Franco
work protocols
Mendez.
to
That's a
save time
sick
and make
fucking
more
name,
money.
dude. Holy.
Good stuff. Following
That's
the
a cool
explosion,
name,
Tony
dude.
Howard would go on and say the string of disgusting things
Franco
about the explosion
Mendez.
in the media. When
Nice,
questioned
man.
by the environmentalists worried about the scale of the oil leak and
That's
the
a
cost
fucking
of
cool
cleaning,
name, man.
Tony
Holy.
dismissed their concerns, calling the spill, quote, relatively tiny compared to the whole ocean. That's when you need to throw them in and be like, drown.
Yeah, exactly. Throw them into the oil
and light it. Later on, after months and months of being interviewed, he finally broke down and said, there's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. I'd like my life back. Live on TV. What a fucking douchebag. Once again, throw him over. Throw him over into the oil, dude. This sent people over the edge as Tony was clearly only focused on himself rather than the 11 men who died and the entire ecosystem affected by the spill and his shortcomings. And shortly after this statement, BP would face huge cleanup fines and Tony would be fired. He still ran and made it off like a bandit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You think he gives a fuck? He's just like, and I don't have to do anything anymore? Perfect.
He probably got some huge
He got a
exit
huge
bonus.
payout. He got a huge payout, yeah.
That's the fucked up thing with CEOs is that they go in, they gut these
Fernando.
companies, they ruin them, get a huge bonus, and then just leave and have a new CEO come in.
Yeah, it feels like a big thing is that with a lot of these CEOs, it's like it's just a pissing contest between other CEOs, and I feel like the only reason they even stay and keep the job with these bonuses is just to keep up that kind of like social relationship they have with other CEOs. I hope they all die. I legitimately hope they all die. It's fascinating to see what happens to those who not only become successful, but reach the absolute peak of the business world. People become so detached from the common man when they reach a certain point, and it can cause them to do some pretty crazy things. The power tripping done by these people has gotten so completely out of control to the point where stories like this are becoming everyday occurrences, and no one seems to mind. It's just a thing now where they're just like, oh, well, what do you expect? For centuries, workers have struggled against their employees, and despite laws and revolts, that conflict still shows no sign of ending anytime soon. You know, we're relying on these companies for jobs and these things, but it's just at a certain point, I'm almost wondering if CEOs should also be.
That guys.
It's like a presidential terms. 4 years and you're out and you circulate. That way you don't have any guy who's over hoarding over anything, you know, because that's the biggest thing.
4 years and you circulate.
A lot of
Alright, play some murder now. Let me start the stream.